Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you are all doing okay. I am doing fine myself. This video is a very special video. I did not announce this in my video where I built my training table. I probably forgot to mention that, but this is a video where when I bought some of these 4 engines that I showed you in my previous video, I forgot to mention that I also bought some model trains from a good friend of mine who I work with at a supermarket. So William, bro, if you're watching this, thank you so much for these awesome models. I cannot thank you enough for them. They're fantastic. This whole lot comes with, I think, 5 locomotives and 3 pieces of rolling stock. So they're really good. They're really good. I love them. And I paid like $40 for them, which is an awesome deal for 5 engines and 3 freight cars. Cannot talk today. So let me adjust the camera and I can get on the floor and I can show you guys what I bought from a friend. There's one really special one that is in here and I am so dead excited for it. Let's do this. So you join me on the floor and how I would usually film like this. Maybe not like this, but this time the camera is in front of me. So the engines or stuff that I'm going to show you is in this very old shoebox of his. Yeah. So let's get right to it, and it'd probably be better if I flip this around this way. Now, these are all diesels, technically, and there's like 2 boxcars and 1 tanker. Although I wouldn't say, well, there's 1 boxcar, 1 livestock car, and a tanker. So let's get right to it. I'm gonna start off with the boring bits first, which is the rolling stock. So here is the hooker tanker. I have no idea why they call it this. This is by Lifelike, very good tanker. I love that. This one is a Great Northern livestock boxcar. Wouldn't call it a boxcar, but I call it that, even if it is for livestock. This one's also by Lifelike, so it's pretty good. All the rolling stock is by Lifelike. Boxcar, ACY Road Service, Lifelike boxcar as well. Yeah, this is a pretty good looking boxcar. Now we get on to the engines. So this one is unfortunately not a runner. I did try to look into it. It's the Santa Fe GP38. This one is, would you believe it, by Lifelike. We will test these guys, but for some reason the light on this one only comes on if I position it a little bit. So this one will definitely have to be looked at. So yeah, there's the GP38. Now this next one, would you believe it, is my first ever CSX locomotive, not to mention my first ever Wallsters locomotive. Would you believe that? Wallsters. I've never had a Wallsters product before. This is a GP15, I think. He said, he did tell me that these guys are pretty much brand new, and he was going to start his own model railway, but he never did. And he just pretty much left these guys on the shelf for, like, I'd say about close to 10 years. But yeah, here's the GP15 in the CSX livery. The front coupler is broke. I have no idea what happened to it, but the rear coupler is functional, so I can definitely pull something with this engine. It can be used as a switching yard if I ever build one on my layout. So yeah, GP15. This one's a really good runner too. I gave this one a little bit of TLC, if you call it. Yeah, all it needed was wheels cleaning. It had a lot of oxidize on the wheels, so I cleaned those off best I can. I think the fuel tank is a bit paint chipped. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. Here's a GP15. Really love that one. Now this one is a Baltimore Ohio. I did try to research this. I thought it was a GP9. This one's by Bachmann Spectrum. I thought it was a GP9 when I saw this, but then I did some research on this. I even looked up some of the eBay listings of the same engine with the different railroads. I believe this is called a H1644, I think. I know you guys will definitely correct me on that, but please do correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I've read that this engine is. It's also missing some couplers, so if anyone can tell me how I can put couplers on this thing. It doesn't have the little mountings that we put on couplers, so please do let me know how I can get couplers for this thing. So yeah, that's a H1644. I hope I got the classification right. Alright, next one in this box is a really cool one. It's not the last one in the box, even though it does look like it is. The very special one is literally right there off camera. You can't see it, but this is a F7 unit, I think. F7A by Santa Fe. pretty cool engine. This is my second one, except this one is more older than my other one, my Thunder Chief one. Except this one is DCC on board, factory fitted. Would you believe that? Let's see if I can get that in focus. I don't know if I can get it in focus on the front end of my camera, but yeah. Though the thing is, this one is actually much slower than my Thunder Chief one. I don't know how. Let me turn up the brightness. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how, but this one is this one is much slower. I mean, not dead slow, but this is a more earlier design of the F7A. I was planning to double head this with my Thunder Chief one, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I was playing with this with my Thunder Chief engine, and unfortunately, I rammed my Thunder Chief into the back of this one so hard, the coupler broke, and you can see it right here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah. So I'm gonna have to replace couplers for this and on my GP15. Right. So that concludes what's in here. Now, well, the last one, last but not least, this is a very special engine. DCC fitted, factory fitted. You will not believe what this engine is. It is the DDA40X. This is Bachmann's more later design. You can even tell because it has a green paint right here. If it was a vintage one, it would be gray. You can pretty much see the flywheel in here in this gap, although it's pretty unrealistic, but yeah. Yeah, the DDA40X, and I absolutely love this thing. This is my favorite in the lot that I bought from William. The only criticism I have, even though it's not really a big issue, it's missing one piece right here, you know, like this piece. I don't know what this piece is called. I'm pretty sure someone will definitely tell me, but yeah. This engine is so special to me in this lot. And I got this lot, like I said, for 40 bucks. All but one engine runs. This one runs really good. So, yeah. What a spectacular engine. I absolutely love this. I've been running this thing a lot more lately. It's just a good engine, you know? So, anyways, I'm going to hook my DC controller up, and then after that, I will hook up my DCC controller, and we will test these guys out. Let's do this. Just wanted to make sure they go in the right direction. Okay, first up is this GP38. Yeah. Like I said, this one is pretty much a non-runner. And like he said, these guys have been sitting in a drawer for like 8 years or so. So there's a big chance that this thing will not run. I have tested this a bunch of times. I even tried to do a little bit of work on this, but yeah, I pretty much got nothing. So let's give it somewhere around 12 volts. And as you can see, all the lights coming on. So this thing is getting power. It's just that it's not a runner, so what a bummer. He did say I can turn this into a dummy unit, which I probably might do if I have a burnt out motor. So, but I did notice something on the motor. Just can't show you guys right now. So yeah, that is a GP38. Up next is this Baltimore and Ohio locomotive. Well, I'm not going to say the classification again. I'm not going to say the classification again in case you guys get a little bit offended by it, especially if, what I said to it. But yeah, so this one does run pretty good. I think last time I tested it, yep, this one runs really good. So yeah, one spin around the layout. See test out that flywheel. Oh yeah, it comes with a smooth stop. I love that flywheel. Anyways, I know this is a dumb question, but on this engine, let me put it down. Yeah. On this engine, which is the front? Is the front this one or this one? I have a feeling it might be this one. I know it's a dumb question, but I always get confused by these guys. Because I know on diesels, the cab's usually at the front rather than at the rear, unlike steam locomotives. So just let me know if this is the front on, which is the front on this one. That's all I wanted to know. Next up is the Wallsters GP38 in the CSX livery. I absolutely love this one. This is like my first ever CSX locomotive, like I just said. This one runs pretty good, although I may give it a little bit more oil to it. Yeah, see, it runs alright. Probably should have given more camera angles with the Baltimore Ohio engine, but I didn't. I do apologize for that. So that's GP15. Headlights bright on that one too. So that is the F7, the F7A. I don't know what that clicking was that you heard earlier. Unless it's the wheels on the track, but yeah. Hope it ain't a cracked gear. I'll have to look into it. If it's a cracked gear, it's really bad. Yeah, I don't think this thing should have nylon gears. Should it? I don't know, but that's the F7A. Really good runner, this one. Now to the main attraction. Now we move on to probably the biggest locomotive I have so far. The DDA40X. This one is an absolute beast. I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see it from that angle, but take off the tripod. Look at that. It's absolutely huge. Right, for this one, I have the Centennial on default address 7 on my Bachmann controller. And if I hit the lights, there you go. I absolutely love that feature right there. That is so cool. This one doesn't have sound, like I just said, with my F7A. So, and to dim the lights, same thing. It's default address 1. So, yeah, let's give this one a spin. Yeah, this one's a definite keeper. Really, really happy to have this thing. Love that. So I did a small bit of a calculation of $40 with all these. If you miscount the freight cars, that would be pretty much $8 per locomotive. So, especially if they're DCC fitted, factory fitted, if you can call that. So that is an insanely good deal. Even if one of them doesn't run, unfortunately, hopefully I can look into that and maybe turn it into a dummy unit if I can. But we'll see. But yeah, the Centennial is definitely the pride and joy of this lot. So yeah, William, again, if you're watching this, dude, thank you so much for selling me all this. I can't thank you enough, bro. So yeah, that concludes the video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. All right, take care, everybody.